So the things that I'm going to discuss during this remaining part of this session, you can get access to them using this second link. If you to view Python materials, please click here. Then it will bring you to this Python material website. So once you come to this one, here you have a description and code of conduct. And once you come to this tab, you will be able to identify, you will be able to get access to the materials related to Python installation. Okay, so now we are going to learn Python. So previously you learned R. And so if you come to this, here you can see the Python creator. This is the creator of Python, Guido van Rossum. And he's a Dutch programmer. During Tianga's session, you learn how R has got his name. Basically, it was inspired by the first letters of the two developers, the main developers. Here also, when it comes to Python, this also has a very interesting story behind the name. So when Guido began implementing Python, he was reading a BBC comedy series called Monty Python's Flying Circus. And this is from where he got the inspiration to this name Python. So he thought he need a short, fun, unique, and slightly mysterious name for his latest implementation. So he decided to call this as Python, and that's how he has given this name to this programming language. And now we are going to learn how to work with this amazing language programming tool, Python. Okay, so now the first thing is in order to work with Python, you first need to install that, just like R. Now, if you want once you come to this link, install Python, if you click on this one, it will bring you to the installation guide. So when it comes to Python, this Python is pre-installed on many PCs and Macs, and there are two ways to check whether you have Python installed on a Windows PC or on your Mac computer. So the first method is you can just go to, I'm not too sure whether you can see it. You can just go to the start menu. Simply type, once you go to the start menu, simply type Python. If you have Python, if you type Python in the search bar, and see if you can see this Python, if the Python application appears. Then if you can see this Python application, that means you have already installed Python into your computer. The second approach is you can use the command line to check whether you have installed Python. So here I'm using a Windows computer, so just go to the search menu and go to command prompt. If you just click type command prompt, then open the command prompt. Now you can, in order to check whether you have installed Python, what you can do is first open the command prompt. In the command prompt window, you can type Python version. And if you have installed Python, then you should be able to see this message. Now you can see, you will be able to see, if you have already installed Python, you will be able to see the Python version information. And in addition to that, if you just type Python, you will also get this Python command prompt. Okay, here you get the Python information, and you can also see the Python command prompt. Now, if you find that the Python is not installed on your computer, then you can easily download it and download it from the official Python website. Here I have given you the guidelines. Just go to this website, then you will be able to download it, and then you can just install that to your computer. And here I have given all the instructions on how to install Python on your computer. So if you can't find it in your computer, then just follow these steps. Then you will be able to install it very easily. Okay, so once you install Python, then you can do a Python quick start. You can just check whether it's working properly. So now, after you install it, now here you can see I have properly installed, I have Python on my computer. So Python allows you to run. So once you get this one here, you can see the command prompt. And this Python allows you to run codes interactively from this command line. So here we have the Python command prompt. This is what you call the, once you type Python, here you get the Python command prompt. And after you get that one, you can just write and execute Python codes directly. So for example, let's try now here 1 plus 2. Here you can see it gives you the output. And let's try another command, print. This is Python language, is very similar to hello world. So if you just pass this, now it will print the output, print hello world. Oh no, it says there's a syntax error. So this is very easy to use because it will, all the error messages allow you to identify the error message very easily, the error that you have done very easily. So here I have used the curly bracket. I'm not too sure whether you can see it here. The problem here is here I've got an error message, syntax error, closing parenthesis, curly bracket does not match, opening parenthesis. You can see how informative that error message is. So here, this is the error that I have done. And here they have also link given an indicator to an error. They have also highlighted the place where you can see the error. So now I have to correct it. Now it works properly. So now once you execute it here in front of the command prompt, it prints the output. So and now if you want to exit, now here you started with this, and once you run Python, you were able to get this command prompt. And if you want to exit the Python command line interface, you can just type exit within the empty brackets. It will allow you to come back to the original command prompt. So, okay, so those are the basics. Now, the problem with now here, you can see, even using the command line, you were able to run the Python codes. However, this working with this command line in Python can be challenging for tasks involving data analysis and data exploration, which is the main focus of the workshop. Here, our workshop is all about data visualization, and we are going to use R and Python as a tool. So because of that, now here, I told you that it's a little bit difficult to work with command line if you have tasks involve data analysis and explorations, because it lacks interactivity and visualization. That's the main reason for us to, that's the main reason that we find it difficult to work with the command line when we want to move to these advanced analytical techniques. And that makes it less user-friendly compared to a Python IDE. So now, just like in R, now R is the software language, R is the software and programming language, and you use RStudio as an IDE. And Thiang explained what you mean by an IDE and what are the additional advantages that you get by moving to an IDE. And the same thing happens with this. Now you can use command line to run some Python codes, but it's a little bit challenging when it involves some data analysis and exploration. So it's good if you can find a suitable IDE or a suitable platform when working with Python that helps you to write and manage your Python codes more easily. And that's what we are going to learn next. So now you know how to install Python. So let's move on to the next one, the next topic, the Jupyter Notebook.